Here comes another episode of the Ask Why series. Today we turn our attention to blocking. Although it is usually the last volleyball skill children truly master, its foundations must be built much earlier.
For now, we are not building a wall above the net. We are carefully putting together the movement patterns from which a good block will eventually grow. We start relatively early. Here is the very first blocking imitation. But why lying on the floor and then standing? Because blocking is built on a strong body and strong arms, and these positions allow children to focus on exactly that.
Then it is time to get up on our feet. We begin at the wall and on a bench so that the player throwing the ball stands lower than the blocker. At first, we focus only on stability. Only later do we add coordination and the correct upward arm movement. Then we repeat the same drills at the net. Now we begin preventing a thrown-over ball from crossing the net, still with both feet on the floor.
Now it is time to leave the ground, because every block requires a jump. First, we simply reach over the net for the over ball. Then we start building a wall against a moving ball. That is the moment when children experience their first real block and immediately understand why we have been practicing all of this.
For now, we train on a lower net. Why? So that children do not have to jump at maximum effort every time. At this stage, technique matters much more than fatigue. Later, we add blocking after movement. First with a side step, then with a crossover step. Because that is how blocking happens in real matches.
Before we start blocking a real volleyball, let us pause for a moment. Even an 8-year-old child can learn all of this. And if they touch the net at first, the world will not end. Why? Because for now, learning the correct movement is more important. Strict rules can wait. Good movement habits cannot.
And now comes the finale, the first real block against a volleyball. For now, the attack comes from below to protect the fingers, because finger injuries are quite common when learning to block. Finally, we add blocking after movement.
There is still a long way to go before reaching the level of blocking we see in elite volleyball. But right now, we are building the most important thing, the correct movement foundation. Timing, positioning, and double blocking will come later, once that foundation is in place.
Women's volleyball is often known more for outstanding backcourt defense than for towering blocks at the net. But I love blocking. I have two important advantages: my height and my determination to stop the attacker. And there is no greater feeling than slowing down one of the world's best hitters.
But learning to block comes with its own childhood diseases. Some players raise their arms straight up instead of pressing them forward into the opponent's court. Others create the well-known blocking pocket between their arms and the net. Sometimes the arms swing toward the ball or drop downward, resulting in contact with the net. We mean slapping at the ball, not the slight contact with the net that may occur while penetrating over it, as we see here with our 8-year-old player. Children often have no clear idea how to move from the backswing into proper penetration over the net, so we frequently have to guide them mechanically. But the problem often begins with the feet. After moving, the feet remain pointing parallel to the net, and the body only aligns in the air. The result is either arms reaching straight upward instead of forward, or, once again, the blocking pocket we have already mentioned.
Now we move on to physical conditioning for blocking. Our main focus is the standing jump. No approach, just pure strength and explosiveness. Why? Because standing jumps occur frequently during matches. And Georg Grozer is joining us once again.
And now, the core. Without it, blocking would be nothing more than an acrobatic attempt in mid-air. That is why we start training the core from the very beginning. First through games, laughter, and movements children enjoy. Later come the exercises that burn a little and require real effort, but there is no way around them. Without them, no defensive wall could ever be built above the net. Most of these drills have one purpose: to teach players to create the so-called blocking clamp in the air. This slightly bent body position resembles a hook or a bracket, but in reality it forms the solid foundation of every successful block. This is what the blocking clamp looks like in practice. First, we see 11-year-old children whose bodies are still learning to obey. Then we see the masters, who can freeze into exactly the right shape in mid-air. The principle is identical, only the years of training and experience are different.
Now we turn to the hands, the ones that actually block the ball. The correct arm angle is equally important, the silent geometry of blocking. Here we reveal the true essence of blocking. Teaching the body the correct technique while strengthening it enough to withstand opponents' pressure and its own limits.
And now we are back in training, where everything begins. It is time to remember everything we need to control so that our arms do exactly what they should while blocking. And when we add the fact that the current world champions, Italy, are the best blocking team in the world, we gain not only a challenge, but also a great source of inspiration.
Volleyball is not only about strength, it is also about injury prevention. Yes, that includes landing after a block, a moment players often perform almost subconsciously. Yet this is exactly where stability matters most. It deserves just as much attention in training as every jump and every block.